and I don't know, it just pisses me off that like the world's that way. That's how it's, because we've got this beautiful thing around us and we've put some shitty system in the way that makes I've got to work for someone else. I can only get 4 weeks off. I've got to ask for that. I've got to earn it. Welcome back to another episode of The Relatables. We're getting a few new listeners, Jake.
We are actually, aren't we?
So I wanted to give a little intro. I'm Ottie.
I'm Jake.
Yeah, and we just talk. We get deep a little bit, which I like to do, but we also love to have a bit of a laugh together.
Yeah, we're a bit, we're not all over the shop, but we're just, we like to do everything.
Here, there, and everywhere, I reckon. But today, we'll have a little. It's fucking hot in our room we're recording in, Jake.
It was just hot as today. It was fucking. I was at work. I really wasn't doing anything hard, and dude, I was dripping.
Yeah. Luckily, I had TAFE and did absolutely nothing. So, okay. I was at TAFE and did absolutely nothing. So, like, I was just cheering, had a chill day, And actually, got a new investment for the potty. Got a new laptop today.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. We've been using mine.
Broke the bank. That did. But
they're fucking expensive, eh?
They're fucking expensive.
But I'll be honest with you, it's so worth it.
It's going to be worth it, especially if I'm going to use it for the personal training stuff I've got going on in the future.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need a good computer for that type of stuff.
Yeah, fucking no. So I was like, might as well just send it. But, it was just like, oh, it's so scary.
The one thing I reckon I do want to say is to people that, okay. So how there's like people out there that they don't shit on Apple, but they just like don't want to join the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're fucking missing out because the experience is what I want to put it down to. So it's like, I don't give a shit about displays. It's like, I care about speed because it's like, if it was noticeably different, I'd care. But if I had a Windows computer that was as fast as my Mac, I wouldn't care. But it's about the experience. And what I'm saying is when you have an Apple iPhone and you have a fucking MacBook, it's just so fucking seamless, the shit you can do on it.
I purely brought it for airdrop purposes.
It's fucking so easy, bro. Oh, it's so much easier.
Well, my last one was Microsoft, and I regret buying that. And that was an expensive laptop, like a little bit cheaper than the MacBook, and it shat itself.
Yeah, they're still expensive.
And I was like, I'm just doing like Apple. You just can't go wrong. It's so simple and easy.
Yeah.
But just on another note, before we jump into this potty, Jake, I was thinking about after that episode we had, that special episode.
Oh yeah, I hope everyone
after
liked
the fortune
it,
telling. I'm hoping everyone. It was a bit different. It's a little bit semi-hard to hear because of his audio, but we move. Hopefully, got something out of it. But I was thinking, right now, when people listen to podcasts, they're normally doing something that they don't particularly want to be doing, or they're trying to distract themselves from a certain situation, whether that be driving in the car to work, commuting somewhere. They might be doing something like that you don't need to think at work, or they just need to get through, like cleaning, anything like that. They just
want something to make the time go quicker.
Yeah.
They want something to like keep their brain distracted.
So, but just off that, I'm definitely here for that. Relatable is going to help you get through the next about 45 minutes or in an hour.
Yeah.
But just for the next 5 seconds, after I say this, just pause the podcast and just take a look around, take a breath, and just take everything in and slow down a little bit, because even though it is a shit thing that you're doing, like, just to look around and appreciate one thing. Because after that conversation with the fortune teller, I just need to slow down a little bit, and I often get caught just consuming information, even if it is just us. Just anything like that. Just pause the podcast, look around, just appreciate one thing, whether that be like nice something flowering outside, or is it nice, like you might hear the birds chirping once you do that. Just appreciate one thing. Or if you're working, there's some shit going on. Might be a nice song going on, just something like that. Just appreciate something for 5 seconds, and then it's paused. Now we're back and we're ready to go, I reckon.
Yeah, it'll be fucking... It'll put a little smile on your face as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Lately, I've been... What I've been doing... I don't know why. My body clock's just like... I really like it. Is I'll get up literally as the sun is just peeking over the horizon. So I get to watch the sunrise. And I don't know what it is, but it's freaking beautiful.
One thing I've noticed about living with you, you don't have any consistency in your routine.
Consistency?
Nah.
Oh, what does that mean?
Like, I wake up around like 7 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
And then I go to bed at about 10 o'clock every day.
Okay.
You can be up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. You could be up at 8:30. You could be up at 9. You could go to bed at 8:30. You could go to bed at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, there's absolutely no consistency, eh?
That's my... Oh, no. Late. I have been pretty consistent lately, but I can fall asleep whenever.
Yeah.
I admit that. I can fall asleep literally whenever.
Yeah, because I was like, you weren't here when I woke up this morning because you were at work, and I was like, I wonder if he's asleep or he's at work. Like, it's 50-50, I don't know.
Well, at least I didn't wake you up. I was quiet.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind at all.
Good. But are you ready to get into it?
Bloody oath.
Alrighty, Ottie. I wanted to start it off with a Reddit segment.
Love these.
Because we love our Reddit segments. So today's topic is, I just kind of stumbled across this one, and it's what is one thing all men agree on?
Ooh.
So, I mean, there's obviously more than one thing.
Could be juicy, Jake.
But a fair few of them are about testicles.
Okay.
But we'll try and keep them...
I swear you always love bringing and talking about dicks, testicles, anything like that, mate.
Hey, man. Chill out. Okay. Our main goal is to fix a problem so we can go back to doing what we want to do, which is do nothing.
That is pretty true. Yeah, I can agree with that.
You know, we just want to... Guys have this... We can full just chill and do nothing. And when I mean nothing, like we can stare out a window and think about nothing.
Yeah.
And I think one thing girls don't get is that if they ask us what we're thinking about and we say nothing, we mean it.
Well, I think there's something up.
They think there's something wrong.
I reckon that gets better with age too, because often I just catch my dad just like, we have a nice deck at home, and he's just sitting there, just looking. Yeah. And I'm like, I reckon he's practiced this for years.
Yeah, just so able to chill. Just so able to, not even give a shit.
I agree with that one.
Okay. One thing all men agree on. A slight tap to the berries is fucking painful.
Ooh, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That's arguably more painful than like a full-on hit.
A full-on hit, yeah, it hurts, but a slight tap will creep up on you.
Man, I don't think there's like... how would you describe the feeling of getting like just tapped on the body? It's like...
this is...
if you were explaining it to a girl.
So we'll go in terms of events. So let's say we're walking, and actually this happened to Jack yesterday. Oh no, yesterday. Another couple of days ago on the lounge, he dropped his phone, and he mustn't have been wearing any undies or something because he goes, "Oh," I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "I just dropped my phone on my balls," and I was like, "Oh no, I feel your pain, bro." And what it is, so a little tap like that, it'll tap it, and you'll be like, "Oh shit," and then like 10 seconds go by, and it's like hurts a little bit. And then after like 30 seconds, it doesn't just stay in the ball area.
Oh, yeah. It's a winding. It's winded.
It moves up. And then you think, you start to think, why does this hurt so much?
I would love to know the science behind it.
Human Lab should do an episode.
I can think it'd be a full hour dedicated to that.
A proper slap in the balls. Look, it does hurt.
Oh, yeah, at soccer, the worst, when you get caught off guard and the ball just hits you right in the nuts, you go straight to the ground. Everyone's like, there's nothing you can do about it. You've just got to walk it off. And you're like, you're all right? Yep.
Well, I'm all right. It's uncontrollable. Honestly, a little tap to the balls I can be out for the count for 10 minutes. I swear to God. It's like hunched over and you're like, oh my God.
But there's nothing you can do to fix it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's just time.
I wonder if girls I don't know.
If there's an equivalent. No, there can't be.
There has to be that.
There can't be.
I mean... have you ever heard the argument of guys saying it hurts more than birth?
Yeah.
I very highly doubt that.
I don't think so either.
Well, I don't think
birth's like
birth
a period of time. Like balls don't last longer than
Yeah, true. Birth, no, but I think even the most excruciating point of a ball hit, the most excruciating point of birth has to be worse.
Yeah,
it has to.
I agree. Have you seen those?
I got mad respect for women for being able to go through that.
Those birth simulator things.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should get one for the potty and chuck it on and we can test it.
We should get ones that do the equivalent to period cramps because apparently they're bad.
You reckon?
Supposedly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. One thing that all men agree on: the nod.
The nod.
The nod.
Elaborate.
So it's like nodding upward. You do when you're friends.
Oh, right.
And nodding downward you do when you just make eye contact with another guy. And it's like, I reckon I do it all the time.
I think I'm only an up guy.
Really?
I don't think
I reckon next time you do it, catch yourself doing it. Because when I see a mate, it's always like, and you got a smile on your face. So you go up. And then if you just see someone like today, when we're at the beach, when we saw the guy at the gym that I've never spoken to, but it's like we know who each other are because we're at the gym. He was like, oh, hey, fellas. And I nodded down.
I swear he went up.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he went, what's up, boys?
See, I thought he just said, hey, fellas.
I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna test that one out. I don't know
Definitely.
if I think I'm just an up dude. I'm not a head down kind of guy.
Okay. Still, the nod's
The nod.
universal.
Yeah.
In cold weather, all men are created equal.
Oh yeah. Ooh. There's some sad times, Jake.
It doesn't matter who you are.
There's some sad fucking times there.
If you when it's cold, you're like a little frightened turtle down there. I'm telling you.
There's some, yeah. You just know what it. There's sometimes only your eyes should see it.
Oh yeah, I'll have times where I think, oh, dude, I'm fine, but then I'll have times where I'm going, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, like after a nice warm shower, you're like, oh yeah, I'm looking good.
Yeah, I find myself as soon as I wake up, if I wake up and I don't have to pee, and so I'm like normal, then I'm like, fuck, I'm sweet. It's like I'm relaxed, you know.
Yeah.
You're all in a good mood.
Well, you don't have anything to do. Like I know, like whenever you used to wear skins playing sport or something, you just go home for a shower or something. And you're like, oh, you're kidding me, man,
Bro. Wait, when you work out, like when you're at the gym, I don't have the blood's a penis.
It's the blood's pumping elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't exist.
Well, that definitely wear fucking growers, not showers. Then I guess.
All right. You feel the pain yourself when someone else gets hit below the belt.
Oh yeah. Even
like
in
I
movies.
was talking about with
in
Jack.
movies.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh, well and hurt. Ah.
Fuck, bro. I don't know how. Like, have you seen them videos of guys who just mind over matter, like those monks or whatever, that will just get straight up kicked in the balls?
I thought you were gonna say like the jackass guys.
oh yeah, well them too.
Yeah, them doing those like
that is gnarly.
Yeah, no, that's fucked.
There's no way they can have.
I
kids.
don't think I could know what's gonna happen. Like the sensation, someone's gonna kick. Yeah, someone's gonna kick you in the balls, and you're like, all right, I'm ready. I don't think I'll ever be ready.
Bro, fuck that. All right, when cooking at a barbecue, if this is steaks in particular, okay, when cooking steaks, you ask all your mates like how they want them cooked, with full intentions of cooking them all the same.
Yeah.
You go, anybody want medium rare, this, that, the other. People will put their hands up and you just cook them all the same anyway because you can't be fucked.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's any barbecue. Everything's overcooked on a barbecue as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't want to take the risk with chicken. I'm overcooking the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not the one eating it.
Exactly. Someone that knows how to cook on a barbecue has too much time on their hands.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. They're rich as fuck. And they have too much time on their hands.
If you actually want to do it right, you can't be having convos with people and shit. You be looking at this stuff, putting your temperature thermometer in it and shit, getting your steak perfect.
Oh my
I'm out here talking to people, like, yeah.
You just want to be there for a good time.
Oh shit, the Barbie's on, boys. Fuck, forgot about
that. We must make groaning noises when sitting down or standing up.
Oh, yeah.
Always. As soon as you turn 20... It's when you sit down and get up, you just kind of have to go.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just part of being a man. I think girls do it too, actually. Like, oh.
Surely, yeah. It's also just like you're getting ready to relax.
Yeah, you're like, oh. And it's weird, but because it doesn't actually hurt. You're just like, oh.
You're not in pain.
Yeah.
We're young and nimble, bro. We're not in pain at all.
Yeah.
So there is guys that are actually in pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reiterate the question again. I forgot what it was.
Oh, things that all men agree on.
Yep.
Waking up erect, but having to urinate so furiously that my bladder hurts.
Oh, that's me like every morning.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's fucked.
Every day. I've been waking up middle of the night so consistently as well.
I don't know. I think it's the creatine because I'm the same.
I reckon as well.
If I need to have like a full month detox because I'm fucking... I almost made it like... I hate when you almost make it and it's... I woke up today, I would have been like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could get up. I'm like, fuck that. And it's
sort
of bright. Yeah, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, just go to... Oh, and I couldn't hold it in. So I was like, fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah, I did 2 last night, bro.
Really?
Oh, it pissed me off. I'm just glad I can fall back asleep easy. Some people can't.
Yeah,
Some people struggle.
Same.
But yeah, I feel like you need I reckon we need a detox. And you want to know what I found out? I don't know if anyone's going to give a fuck about this, but you'll find it interesting. Beta alanine in pre-workout.
Yeah.
So obviously it gives you tingles, but also what it actually does is it doesn't stop, but it like pulls back the effects of lactic acid.
Oh, really?
So and it gives you more stamina. So when you're lifting and you like doing it, it's for like a proper minute. So it's good for cardio and it's good for lifting because lactic acid gets in your muscles and that's what makes it burn. And it just like slows that down and reduces it. But it reduces it and it only works for up to 178 grams. So it's like if you're taking a pre-workout,
Ours is 300, doesn't it?
Yeah. So ours is 3 grams.
Yeah. Oh.
So we can take it for up to like basically a month.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Oh,
or maybe like 2 months, and that's when the beta alanine kind of stops having that effect anymore. So it's every good idea if you're having pre-workout every day, just stop every like 2 months and have like 2 week break.
Have a reset. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm with you.
I was going to tell you the other day, and I thought if I remember it now,
I'm just telling the potty. Why not?
Why not? I don't know if anyone else out there is a gym junkie, but cool info.
Yeah, very cool info. All right, Jake, you know what time it is in the potty?
Yeah, buddy.
It's time to get deep.
Deep.
Yeah, it's time to get deep. All right. So I am very, I get caught up doing this a lot, and it is doing something because that's all you know, and I'm comfortable in that situation, or I'm doing it because I'm good at it, not necessarily because I like it. And I think a lot of people do. The main thing I'm going to reference, but it comes in a lot of things, is like a sport. Yeah. But you can be represented in life as well. Like, I'm often just caught doing things that I know, and because I'm good at them, because I'm afraid to get uncomfortable and do something that I don't know again, and say, because I've got a background in soccer, running, and now the gym. I just do those things because I'm good at them, and like I know how to do it relatively well, and I'm scared to put myself out there and like I don't know, fucking go play tennis.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu.
Like something like just different.
Anything cool, because I can happily admit I lost the passion with soccer because I did it for so long and grinded it, but I'm still finding my way. That's all I know. I'm scared to do something else, but that's also can be like representative in life. Like as soon as you drop out of school, you do one thing, like say you became a tradie or you just started working in a cafe. And I'm just stuck here because I guess gets me by. Like I know how to do it really well.
Exactly.
But like I'm not really happy doing it, and it's the same thing with the sport. Like I can do it pretty well. I'm just happy, but I'm also stuck here because I don't want to do anything else and be uncomfortable and put myself out there. And because you're gonna make a fool of yourself when you're doing something new for the first time. Yeah,
with the whole so leaving school or whenever you finish school and you go into a job and people just. Like I would love to know the statistic of how many people do stay in the job they start with. I think it'd be pretty high percentage. Like if you think about it, because so you spend 4 years or whatever, let's say apprenticeship wise, trade wise, you spend that 4 years doing something. Regardless, like no matter what you do for 4 years, you're gonna get good at it.
You're gonna be relatively good at it.
So it's like if you genuinely hate that thing, figure out what you want to do and spend 4 years doing it. Again, like who cares about fucking starting at the bottom?
As soon as you've got that 4 years, you think, it's going to be so long if I do something else. I've got this now. I can't go back on that now.
It's like I may as well keep going.
Like, I'm just get deeper and deeper stuck in this loop. And that's why you see so many like older people like really unhappy with their job, or they start putting on weight as a result, and they start looking for outlets. We've talked about alcohol and other things, smoking. Yeah. Like, it's definitely time and place for that stuff. But those are some of the outlets people do because you get stuck in this situation because that's all you know. Yeah. And one of the people we had on the potty, Girl Fit Method, she said she did her like, I don't know how many years she did as a social worker.
Like 10 years or something. She was up until she was like 28.
And that's all she knew. And all her friends was like, you make good money. Why do you want to do that? But she just wasn't happy. Yeah. And she made that like change. And I bet she would have been scared. She wouldn't have been good at the start. She would have had to learn everything. I'm sure she had some kind of knowledge and passion for it. But she wouldn't have been like how good she is now. But it's really scary doing that. Like first leap of faith, even taking it back to the sport. Going to the gym for the first time if you've never been. How scary that can be. You think everyone's judging you, or like if I went to go do something like I've never done before, if I went to go do a jiu-jitsu class or a boxing class, I'd feel like an idiot because I've never done anything like that. Yeah. And like I'm scared to put myself in that position. Like I want to do a yoga class, but I'm also scared because I'm going to be absolutely horrible at it.
You will be horrible at it.
Yeah. See, that doesn't feel more confident.
No, but... but that's like you literally just said though. You just need to
do it.
I know. And I think I'm more happy to do something with a person.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah. So 100%. I think that's a little tip for people.
Having a friend with you is not a bad thing, but doing it by yourself, that would be like fucking like if you went and did a yoga class by yourself. I'm sure afterwards you'd probably feel so proud of yourself, eh?
I think I would.
reckon you should go do it.
But man, doing it, like, I don't know. I think this the whole, if I'm the only dude in the class as well, I'll just be like,
So you're getting in your own head.
Yeah.
Literally on the podcast, you're
Yeah.
contradicting what you're talking about.
I know, I'm saying I'm guilty. I'm guilty of it all the time. Like, there's things I want to do, but I'm scared. And I'm just sticking to things I'm good at. Like, fuck it, I'll just go for a run.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll just go play soccer.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in like life. I'm happy that, although I haven't started the personal training, I took my time to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Which is, I think, is a thing that
That's good.
a lot of people, society, get rushed in because of things out of your control, like your parents' judgment, or maybe you've got to pay rent, so you've got to do some kind of job that you don't really like, or something comes into the situation, or you've put yourself in a car bill that you've got to pay off, and now I can't leave my job. Like, one thing that is very in this world that I don't understand is that we only get 2 weeks holiday. Well, most people only get 2 weeks holiday around 4 weeks holiday, sorry, throughout the year.
But still, 4 weeks a year.
Bro, a year is what, 54, 52, whatever it is?
And you have to earn that.
But yeah, I hate how, like, I know it's like how society works.
It's like every 3 months you get a week. That's so weird.
But like, you need permission to go do something that actually is going to make you happy from some guy above you. Like, that just pisses me off.
Yeah. That's
Like, someone goes, I've just got to go. I know that's how the world works, but it just fucking pisses me off. I was like, what are the dates I need to go get permission and stuff? And like, I know.
Yeah, I just don't want to work for someone anymore.
That's just, you got to figure out a way not to do that. Like, you just have, I don't know how, just, you've got to be passionate about something, figure it out in your own ways. Because once you get out of being underneath someone, that's how it just works. And I don't know, it just pisses me off that like the world's that way. That's how, because we've got this beautiful thing around us and we've put some shitty system in the way that makes, I've got to work for someone else. I can only get 4 weeks off. I've got to ask for that. I've got to earn it. Or if someone says I've got to have a week off here, and then they say, oh, you've got to work extra time to build that up and shit like that. Yeah. It's just like,
and there is so many. So there is a lot of people that are fully. So okay, one thing that I can't wrap my head around is the people that do say and they are fully, I guess, okay with it. It's like they accept the fact that they're gonna do what they don't want to do for the rest of their life because that's all they know. So there's people out there that just fully accept it. Yeah. And it wigs me out that is like an acceptable thing.
It's, I don't know. That's why I think there's NPCs, because there's people in the system just happy, like, I don't know. Don't they have the same like thoughts as me, thinking this fucking sucks? I need to do something with my life to make it like not be in this situation anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not everyone thinks like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I think pretty similarly. Like, I don't know. Just the other day. I mean, I know money's not everything, but just the other day, I was like, "Fucking hell, Ottie! I said I want to make heaps of money, but what I really meant is I just want fucking freedom. I want to be able to do what I want when I want.
Yeah.
And I don't think everyone thinks the same way. Hey.
Yeah, right. Well, let us know if that's relatable or not, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, surely, I think that
everyone wants financial freedom, but I think some people are happy doing their thing.
I think that everyone wanting to be free and be able to do what they want when they want is a relatable thing. I think everyone wants that. Like, that's just like a stupid question. That's like I don't know, does a duck float, you know? But I think it's more about, I guess, actually having to go out there and do it. Like,
it is
going out and actually, I don't know, sacrificing everything to do it.
Yeah. Well, you've got to be, I've said it before, you've got to be delusional to believe it, because the people around you have been in this system who you get approval from, I guess, like your parents, the relationships, your friends. 99% of them are going to be in that role as well. And once you like want to say, I want to go start my own clothing brand. I want to go do a jewelry business. I want to start a podcast. They say, you sure that's a good idea? You're just not going to pay the bills?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Whereas I was watching on Netflix, the playlist. It's how Spotify was created. I'm about 6 episodes in. Very good. It's dubbed. It's Swedish. I think so.
Yeah, I don't know how you're watching it today. I watched like 10 minutes with you and I thought, this is fucking too hard.
Oh, it's so interesting, but because so it's dubbed, so all the voicing's out, but I just read the subtitles anyway. But it's this guy how Spotify was founded, and how he had to jump through so many loopholes because he was getting the music industry to start a new like way of
well, it's just completely different to the way.
Yeah,
it's a subscription based thing, isn't it?
Yeah, or no, even that, because they had to get the licenses to use the music and all the what are the places that hire artists called, like
the publishers or the
like this whoever owns all the artists, whatever
Yeah.
they're called. I can't remember what the fuck the name
Oh
is.
shit, the record deal.
Yeah, record labels.
Labels.
Yeah, record labels
Hey.
weren't giving him like they weren't allowed to use them. They weren't giving him anything because they're like, oh, you're going to take all our money for free, blah 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 blah. But it's just like they had this system that was like years ahead of their time because we're still using the same system they built back in 2003, I think it was.
Oh, I don't think it's going out of date anytime soon. It's
and
good.
But when they came up with their method, then it's the same we're using right now. Like there's new things to it. It's the exact same method. Like
Is it?
Yeah.
It hasn't really changed. Like the basis of it hasn't.
No,
changed.
the basis says it hasn't changed, and that's why it's so successful. But they had to teach all these dumb, I'm going to say dumb, just people who were stuck in the system, and they were trying to trap them with law, but laws didn't exist for these new times, like this new system.
So they had to write laws for
yeah,
it,
and
I assume.
that's what the lawyer, they had a story about the lawyer, and she said you can't use old laws and rules that don't exist anymore. And it's all these old people saying this is never going to work, blah 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 blah. You got to listen. You got to go buy a CD. You got to go buy. And look what we're doing now. 20 years later, Spotify is the biggest thing in the world, and it's worth like billions of dollars.
You know what I saw? I think it was actually this morning. It was maybe yesterday or the day before. Spotify hit 195 million users.
Yeah.
That means that there's 195 million people paying a monthly subscription I assume the average is $11.
Yeah.
That's like fucking $3 billion a month.
Yeah.
Oh no, more.
Yeah, it's something crazy like that.
So dumb.
But taking it back to like my little situation, they were told that it would never work because everyone around them said, no, that's not how this isn't how life works. You can't do something like this. This is never going to work. And the owner, and there's a couple of people around him, like the engineer and like the business guy and the lawyers, said were just delusional in themselves, saying, "No, this is going to work." No, they got just people in the way saying, "No, all these barriers coming through," but they were just delusional in themselves, and that's just a massive scale situation.
Yeah.
But it's just got to be the same thing because like that many people tell you that this podcast isn't going to work. Like I've had,
like people will be like, it's a saturated market.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
give a fuck.
Like someone said, our video got like a couple million views, and someone said, "Oh, I don't know why that blew up. It wasn't that like good." And I was just
Did
like,
someone say that?
Yeah.
I don't even know who said that.
And I was just like, "Oh, yeah, I guess." Like I'm like, but
I mean, yeah.
I'm like, why don't you do it then? Like if it's not that good, why don't you just do like stuff like that?
People love having something to say.
They love having something to say. Like
It's so weird. I reckon, okay, one thing that I think maybe not be relatable, but I think it works is you just need to be cocky as fuck. Like in my head, the amount of confidence I have in this podcast working is probably too high for my own good.
it's not cocky. It's believing in yourself.
Yeah, you know,
It's believing in the process. Like you don't want to be like cocky and say I'm the best. You just want to say this is going to work.
Yeah.
You want to be confident in yourself, and that's what you need in any sort of process. We use this as an example because that's what we do. But everyone's got something they want to do because no one wants to fucking work their 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
That's relatable. So, and they've all got ideas somewhere in their back of their head, like being a DJ, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just being delusional in yourself and keep pushing through it. And the bad thing about the way we work at the moment, you get home from work and you feel fucked.
Yeah,
You don't
you're
have,
tired.
You don't have the energy, like on top of your health and fitness, which should be up there of number 1 or 2 most important things.
Definitely number one.
If you don't have enough energy to do that, like you're not going to have enough energy to work on things that are going to better your life, like doing something like this.
Yeah, it's
Like-
the system. It's
It
like
fucks
it's
ya.
designed.
It's designed to
keep you in
fuck
it.
you.
It's designed to
Legit.
keep you in the rat race, I reckon.
It's like you've got to find your way out, and we're like luckily enough to be
Yeah.
in like a decent enough position to have time on our hands.
Yeah.
We put ourselves there, and we've done that. You quit your job, and like I do TAFE and work relatively my own hours when I want to.
Yeah.
Like I'm not working for anyone. Like I've got to be there fucking 10 hours a day, blah blah blah, and I'm just rooted afterwards.
Yeah. One thing I always hated was having to be there at the same time every single day.
Yeah.
Right now, at the moment, with my work, I kind of get there. I mean, I get there at like, you know, a certain time, but it's within an hour. I have time. I like to just, you know, come and go when I please.
Yeah. Well, this is a certified rant for me, but I might just finish it on one more thing that pisses me off is a job that doesn't give you purpose. So one thing I want to, like, if you just, you know how when people waste time a lot? Like if I could be using my time more effectively, like in this podcast, if I've got an hour, just keep going back to you. If I've got an hour, I want to get an hour of editing done. But if I'm working 8 hours for something that I don't want, I'll just piss around and try and do as fuck all as possible and just get by the day. Like as if I had 8 hours to do this, I'd be like, I want to get fucking 8 hours of this edited, ordered, boom, 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 boom.
True, yeah. We want to get this done and dusted as quick as possible.
When you're passionate about something, whereas there's heaps of jobs, like you see like all the council workers sitting in their cars on their phones.
Well, they're trying to do the least amount for the most amount.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to do the least amount of work for the most amount of money. So they just let these jobs go on.
Yeah, well, I used to, when we used to go down the Max, like for a swim, used to see these council workers pull up in their cars and sit there for 45 minutes on their phone. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't care, but I want a job where I don't want to be doing that. I want something.
They wouldn't have much purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Like they definitely pays the bills. Very good job, and they can ticks like that's good for some people.
Yeah.
But like I would just hate wasting my time of 45 minutes doing absolutely nothing when I could be doing something like purposeful.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I don't know. So that's one of the things that I just could never do. Even at TAFE when we're just like talking like shit and not doing anything.
You feel like this is wasting my time.
I'm like, I could be elsewhere. Like, let's just get this done and I'll leave and I'll do my own thing. Like, fuck off.
I mean, I feel the same. It's different. Like you and I have both felt this recently with the whole talking to people. Is this fucked?
I think that's.
Should we say this?
I don't know. It might be a bit controversial.
Do you reckon?
I sort of mentioned.
Do you reckon anyone else feels it?
Yeah. But like
when you're talking to someone and you think this conversation's adding zero value to my life, why am I still here?
Yeah. I don't know if I think that is. There's realizing it, and then I still like had the conversation.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, have you been in the tip much?
Yeah.
Like,
I go there all the time with the greens.
Up to Woy Woy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good drives.
I reckon you would find this relatable then. But because I've been a fair bit as well, because my dad just, for some reason, always has rubbish at his house and always fills a trailer up and always wants me to empty it for him.
Yeah.
So I went to empty it today, and every time I do this, it happens to me. So you go in, you tell them what you got, then you go up, and then you stop again, you tell them what you got, and they tell you where to go to dump it.
Yep.
And then when you're over there, when you're doing it, they come over and talk to you. Hey, do they do this to you?
Yeah.
It's like, I know that they're probably coming over to just to check that maybe I don't have any asbestos or paint or this, that, the other. But then today, this guy was like, I had a whole bunch of this stuff called, it's melamine timber, which is what your cupboards are made out of, the majority of them. And it can be recycled, but their timber bin was really full. So he just comes over and he goes, oh yeah, usually we recycle this, but the timber bin's heaps full. And I was like, oh yeah, cool. He goes, and then he just wait a second. Then he goes, "Yeah, we recycle it, and they make it into like nests for like the caged birds that lay eggs that go to your coals." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool."
Yeah.
But every fucking time I go there, they come and have a pointless conversation with me, and I'm just like, "Bro, just let me. It stinks here. I don't want to be here. Let me get this out of the trailer."
They've got to be there and like make the time quicker conversations.
Yeah, they're bored, eh? Fuck, bro. And there's like 3 of them. I don't know why there's 3 of them.
Oh yeah, that doesn't happen because greens you can kind of see, like you don't have
True.
to suss it as much. And I'm normally in and out, but yeah, that's the same situation. But I just don't know. The system we're in's fucked, and I hate it.
It is pretty shit, eh? We want to break it.
I want this sort of like potty to motivate people as well, like to make you think and tick in ways that you like don't normally. Don't be happy. Just
we're not having a dig. Like we want people to also think the same way.
Yeah,
we want them to be like. Hopefully, someone's listening right now, and like even if just one person's like, you know what? Yeah, I fucking hate my job. I need to change something. Don't just think you need to change something. If you seriously think it, you should actually try and do something.
Yeah, 100%.
And then let us know if you do, and we would be like, holy shit, we would cry.
Yeah, I reckon if I motivated one person.
Yeah, if this podcast motivated one person, I seriously reckon we'd get emotional. Oh yeah, we've been emotional lately.
Yeah, we've been a bit emotional. But yeah, that is my certified rant, Jake. So get uncomfortable. I'm gonna try to do it. Hopefully, I might have to take Craig's with me to the yoga class.
No, bro, you're gonna go alone.
I'm too scared.
I'm flexible. I'm sweet.
Nah.
I want to go though, so I will go to it. But you should try something different. What else can you do?
I don't know. I might just do something that makes me uncomfortable. I want to do that painting class. Do you know those couples painting thing?
The Pablo Picasso wine drinking shit.
Don't have any girls to go with, but
maybe ask a girl on a date.
Yeah, true.
There you go. That's uncomfortable.
Good. Yeah. Good
there
point.
We go.
Good point. Movie synopsis time, Jake.
Let's fucking go.
And
I know exactly what movie we're doing.
And this just because you watched it with me. This one's juicy, Jake.
Oh.
And not for the reasons you might think. So, movie. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Banging movie, by the way.
I don't know if you know that or not. Were you there able to watch it?
I was...
Backstory, you go.
Okay, let's go. We went just on the weekend, rainy day, we were chilling, Jack, Ottie and I, and then we just thought, let's watch a movie tonight. And Ottie suggested Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I hadn't seen, Jack hadn't seen. I think Ottie's seen it, but ages ago. And so Jack and I decided to smoke a little bit of the devil's lettuce. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Chill night. And I didn't actually know. We watched the trailer, but for some reason, okay, so I just haven't been high for the longest time. Oh, and then my dad called me. That was just fucked, but I think I handled the conversation well. But, and then, so the movie starts, and it is, okay, it starts with a voiceover, which when you're high instantly wigs you out, but it starts talking about how on Earth, human beings think they're the smartest, but they're actually third in line. Second in line is dolphins. And then they don't tell you the first, eh?
No.
But then they go on this, like, it had to be 10 minutes.
It was a long time, a rant, and it's just dolphins diving, going up and backwards.
With a song and a voiceover.
The song's weird, and you're like, what's going on here?
And they're talking about how all these dolphin shows that we've got are the dolphins trying to tell us that the world is about to end. And then they're like giving us warnings, but we just don't understand. I don't know. And then one day all the dolphins randomly vanish. And then it goes from that. I thought we were well into the movie. I won't lie to you. I was fucking cooked.
But it was just the credits, like all the names of the people.
It was just the credits of who was in the movie. And then it was just these dolphins, and it was just wigging me out. Jack was worse, I reckon. And then it goes.
Jack didn't know what was going on.
Where did it go in after that?
So then it goes into you. Luckily, I was there to like give you like you guys like, what's going on here?
Oh, I asked you a million questions.
So the main actor is the Hobbit guy. What's his name?
Guy from the Hobbit. Yeah. I don't know
his name. Anyway, you see him as fucking Bilbo Baggins.
It's Bilbo Baggins. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, he's just Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, it's Bilbo Baggins, and he's just like a pommy English bloke, loves his tea.
Yeah.
And his house is about to get demolished. Yeah. And he's like to build a
freeway through his house.
A freeway through his house. And he's like, not my house, you can't do this. And like, the plans have been there for years, mate. You should have gone and looked and disputed it.
And then he goes, yeah, I went down and looked, but I waited an hour and then I had to go down and I looked for 2 hours down in all these fucking plants. And the guy was like, well, they were there.
Yeah. And then Bilbo Baggins' best mate, who happens to be, looks like a human, but actually isn't.
He's an alien.
And he's like, the world's going to end. No, he walks up to his house. He's like, this is your last time, mate. The world's going to end. He's like, what are you talking about? And he thought he was talking about his house being demolished.
Yeah.
But realistically, the world was about to
literally
end because they're building a space freeway through the world.
Yeah. All the aliens that are like, big and smart that are out there in space, they're building a freeway to go travel quicker through space, and they had to get rid of Earth so it could go through that.
And you're like, what the fuck's going on? It's quite a hard movie to give a synopsis about, even process.
And like, there was an alien race so you've ever been down to like the RTA, Service New South Wales and shit. This race of aliens is the ugliest looking things ever, which it was killing me looking at these things. I was laughing, I was dying, but they act exactly like they have all this paperwork to do all this stuff, and they have to have everything has to be, it's like our fucking lives today, really.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have insurance, you need to have all this, that, the other, everything.
It was taking the piss out of it.
Yeah, they were taking the piss out of the world. So it was hilarious.
So the world's about to end, and this alien mate picks up Bilbo Baggins and puts his little ring on and puts his thumb up like a hitchhiker would.
Yeah.
And puts his thumb up and hitchhikes like what would you say? Like just onto the spaceship?
Yeah, they just beams himself
up and just like, and they don't know he's there to start with.
Yeah.
And the world complodes and everyone's dead.
And just instantly though.
That's like 15 minutes into the movie. And
was that 15 minutes in?
Yeah, it was really quick.
Because I swear to God, that was still the intro, because something happens and then it goes, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck?
The movie's only just started. And so it's a really weird process. And then throughout, he gives him this book, and it's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's how to get through certain situations and different races and all these things. And the world exploded because they were putting a freeway through that space thing.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's a lot going on, and Bilbo actually ends up finding his long-lost love on another spaceship he hitchhiked onto.
Yeah, long story short, they get to a different spaceship.
They get to a different spaceship, and he hitchhikes and he finds the only other human left, or one of the only other humans left.
Yeah.
And they have to do all these missions and stuff. And the guy she's with now, not with Bilbo.
She's with a different dude
and
who's
he's
like the
bit jealous.
president of all aliens or something
Yeah,
as well.
and
weird.
he's trying to find out the purpose of life.
Oh yeah, and
This
then
is the
they
main-
go to this backstory
Yeah.
of this different race that wanted to find out the purpose of life, and then they got their youngest, brightest people to build this massive computer, and they asked, and then they tells them to go wait 7 million years. They wait 7 million years. They go back, and it's like says, it's calculated, and they go, oh, so what's the answer? And it goes, you're not gonna like it. I'm like, what? And it's like 42. And all these little like humanoid looking alien fuckers are like, what
What are you talking about?
And they're like, well, you didn't ask me the right question. And they go, you made us wait 7 million years to tell us we didn't ask the right question. So then it goes, if you want, so they go, well, what's the ultimate question? And then it's like, well, I'll have to build a computer to make that. And then, it's going to like...
It can answer your question.
It's like basically, I'm going to build a computer that can actually have beings that last 10 million years or so. It's crazy.
Well, it's very hard to process, let alone you being fucking fried.
I think the thing about it being cooked watching this movie is, okay, I highly recommend it, but what happened to me is something would happen that was just so outlandish for a movie that I would think about it for too long, and then they would be like, it's like that little story would be over, and then they would be somewhere else.
Yeah, it was
a whole different movie 3 minutes later. Yeah. It was fucked. So I'd have to ask Ottie, and I was like, what? But Jack, I don't think Jack even remembers what it was called.
He was out of it.
He was fucked.
But the cool thing about it, although it was extremely hard to follow, so it's called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's basically like, and they want to find out the meaning of life, and in the end...
Yeah, that's what it's about, the meaning of life.
Yeah, the meaning of life. And in the end, like, they go for all these stupid aliens and all this. They're taking the piss out of how the humankind works with all these stupid stereotypes and going through the system. And it's quite interesting, especially for a young person watching. And then at the end, the ultimate question is answered. And the answer is Earth, which they just ruined and put a freeway through.
Yeah, and it was like a known thing in the universe that no one knows the ultimate question.
Yeah, that no one knows the ultimate question, but the answer to it was Earth and just living and being. Yeah. And there was no actual answer, and they ruined it because which is kind of representative of what we're doing in our society. We're just taking everything for granted. We're fucking up our life with all the ecosystems, and it's just Earth is the answer. You just got to live. That's just the whole. Yeah. The answer to life is living on Earth.
L-I-V-I-N.
Yeah, exactly. But I would actually recommend it. I think
it's great.
We paid for the HD version on.
Did we pay for it?
Yeah, on. Do you not remember? We played chances out of 10. With Jack.
That's right. We fucked him over because we knew what we chose.
We played the chances out of 10 with Jack, and whoever lost had to pay.
And then he lost.
And we paid for the HD one. I think it was $4.99, and I would say it's worth the $4.99.
Well worth it. I had a great time.
If you're a bit cheap on the budget, there's a $3.99 non-HD version.
It's an SD version.
Yeah.
All right.
But I would recommend Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, even if you're fried, would you, Jake?
I think you should get fried for it.
Okay, so
if you want to understand the movie, though, don't.
Yeah, if you're sober, I recommend it. If you want to get fried, I think it would be. It did look. I was entertained watching them two trying to figure out what was going on. They were asking me questions and shit.
I had to make sure that Ottie was also confused.
Yeah.
To make sure it wasn't just being cooked, and he was also on.
Yeah.
He was confused. So.
But all the colors and shit are hectic on it as well, and just it's also kind of funny in some certain aspects of it, all the aliens and stuff.
It's very funny. Very, very funny, but highly recommend.
Yeah, highly recommend Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right, Ottie, good episode so far, but I just want you to, cherry on top. I want you to hit me with some facts.
Got some bad news, Jake.
What?
It's technically not really a fact.
Are you fucked?
It's more a little bit of advice. I've wanted to just use... I had some advice that came up and I thought it
You're supposed to give it to me and then I use it when I need advice.
Yeah, no. I wanted to... Well, it went well with this segment, man. With this whole episode, I mean.
Rightio.
So, it is from Muhammad Ali, this piece of advice.
Ooh.
And it's sort of interpreted to work with our podcast. So...
This episode or the podcast?
Just work with the question,
okay,
I guess,
okay,
with sort of advice. So... His advice is dodging the nightclubs, the parties and the girls, And being in bed by yourself by 9 p.m. is honestly the hardest thing to do to be successful. And if you can do that, you can do anything in life.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, because we're good at that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good.
But it is like, especially for a young person, like when all your mates are going out, you see all the Instagram stories, the Snapchats, and you're just like, fuck me. And you're just in bed alone watching some shitty Netflix original series that sucks ass. And you're just like, oh man, what am I doing with my life? Hey, it is tough, especially, and you're just like, oh, might as well just go to sleep.
Yeah, honestly, you just keep the same routine. You still go to bed at 10 o'clock on a fucking Saturday.
Yeah, I think we don't give a fuck anymore. But at the very start, when I first stopped going out a lot, I was like, fuck, this sucks, man. I'm so bored. Like, what do I do in my life? Yeah. I was struggling. And his question was like, what's the hardest thing about training? And that was his answer. Like, not going out with his friends, not doing anything, and staying and just grinding. Because the best thing about that is, although the night sucks, like probably from 6 p.m. till whenever you go to sleep, if it's 9 or 11 or whenever, the best feeling is when you wake up in the morning, you go to the gym, you go for a walk on the beach, you feel good. Yeah. And then you might catch up with your mates, you might Snapchat them or you might call them. Yeah. And they look and feel like absolute fucking shit. Yeah,
it's good. I'm trying to think if I ever have. I must just be very lucky with the whole no FOMO thing. Yeah. I don't really get it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is.
I still get FOMO here and there because I'm definitely going to still drink. You'll see you're like off drinking altogether, whereas I'm here and there in a special occasion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have fours, I think.
I'm going to
do it.
You're massive occasions. I'm like, pull my leg and I'm there.
Yeah. See, my dad said to me today, he goes, that was because I was talking to him about it a couple of weeks ago. He goes, I haven't had a drink at all this week.
Yeah.
And he was holding a glass of wine when he said it to me tonight. And fucking... I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. I was like, this is the first time. And he goes, oh, yeah, just big occasions. And I was like, what, your nephew's 16th birthday? I was like, fair enough. So he goes, weekends, and if it's during the week, it's only a good special occasion. I was like, look, hey, whatever special is to you is special.
It's all about balance.
That's what I said. Balance, man. Good balance.
But, yeah, if you can do that, if you think Muhammad Ali gave that advice, man, just if you can do it, you can be successful and do anything you want. But
it's easy.
I think that's the episode done, Jake.
That's it. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you for listening. I'm seeing those 5-star reviews go up, you know.
Oh?
It works. It works saying it, eh?
How many have we got? Do you know?
Yeah, we've got like 53, 54.
Ooh.
We're going up slowly, man.
We're going up, hey, better than 52.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it? Exactly. We take those small dubs. But thank you, everyone, for listening. And we'll see you next time, mate.
Bye-bye.